Hello everyone, welcome to JCE Connect. So in this session we'll start with module 3. Okay, so these are the contents of module 3. So in this module 3 basically we'll study with production and hosting technology. So as we have discussed in the previous module, that is the different elements of the prefabricated structures, the same concept, how exactly we are going to start the production process of those elements, and how exactly we are going to erect that one from the A source to B source. I mean, either it can be from a manufacturing site to the required location, and from the construction site to, from the storage area to the required location as per the design concept. So these all things, how it will get included with the hosting technology, right? So that one we will study here. So in that we'll study about the choice of production setup. So which type of setup we need to place as per our requirement, right? And manufacturing methods, again it includes the stationary and mobile productions, and planning of production setup, and storage of precast elements, dimensional tolerances, acceleration of concrete hardening, and which are the different equipments are used for the hoisting and erection process. That is again depends upon the weight of the structural element as well as the capacity of the crane. And next concept, that is different techniques which are used in the erection of different types of the members like beams, slabs, wall panels, as well as the columns. And even what is vacuum lifting pads, and where exactly we are going to use this one during the hoisting process. So this concept we'll study in this module 3. Okay, so here the choice of production setup. So in this choice of production setup, this precast construction, this method has been adopted as the molds of standardized components that facilitates the mass productions with stringent quality control, right? So here, so this production setup, whatever we are going to use in the prefabrication system, so this production setup that is purely dependent upon which type of structural elements are required for the construction. For example, you can see here the so many molds they have placed in the factory, right? So by using this molds, they are going to prepare the different structural elements, right? So specifically these molds which are used for the construction of the walls, right? And the same way they can be used for various structural element productions in the particular setup, right? And here the precast construction method that involves the setting up the casting yard. Casting yard is nothing but where exactly the materials are going to be manufactured, and then the production setup, right, which are the raw materials are required for the production and how much quantities are required, which type of the quality assurance we need to maintain for those materials. So each and everything which will comes under in production. And then stacking process. So stacking process is nothing but after the manufacturing process we are going to store that one at the safe place such that no damages and no distresses should get applied on those materials. And then the transportation and erection of these materials to the required location. So this is the entire setup of this prefabrication system. Okay, and here the planning parameters which are used in the production setup. So how exactly we can plan such that no obstacle should face since from starting till end of this prefabrication system. So we need to plan in a such a way that so whatever the activities will comes under in the production setup of this prefabrication, it should go in a smooth way such that smooth way we can achieve by maintaining the required quantity as well as the quality of the materials, and then the different machines whatever it is required for the production setup, and then for to transport the materials from the manufacturing site to the construction site. So we need to consider certain transportation systems such that we can transport that one from the manufacturing site to the required location, and then later we need to erect that one from the transportation vehicle to the required location, right? So we need to plan these all elements, right? And here, before going to the different parameters, we'll study the general aspects about this production setup of this precast elements. So usually this production of precast elements and related resources which are synchronized with the project schedule, so that the rate of production of the precast elements should match with the rate of demand from the construction site, that including buffer stock. So here what they are telling, before going to the before going to the set the production setup, the manufacturing factory, first we need to take the inputs data for that. How much quantities of structural elements are required, and how we are going to sell that one, and what are the investments we are going to put that one in the construction process, and how exactly we are going to take that one back with some interest as well as the benefits, right? So each and everything we need to match up, whether this placing the manufacturing site whether it is in a worth place or not. So that one we will decide in the initial stage, and then we will go for the production setup. Okay, and here this planning involves this detailed work plan of the following parameters. So in this, first one is precast elements layout, and precast yard planning, production planning, stacking area for the precast elements, and then the transportation of the precast elements, and then the erection of precast elements. So in this, the first one is the precast elements layout. So here this layout of precast elements that forms the basic input for the planning of precast construction project. So here maximum weight of the element that is decided based on the capacity of the tower crane available at the site for the erection process. And here in this particular process, the elements were planned for every typical floor, which includes walls, beams, precast beam slab connections, as well as the other members such as door, windows, like that. So each and every elements whatever it is required for the construction, so we need to prepare that one with respect to the proper dimensions as per the design concepts. And then this precast yard planning. So here precast elements which are required for the erections, they are produced and supplied from a strategically located production yard. So here the production schedule which are planned to supply the required elements at the right time without bothering the progress of the work. So without providing any obstacles to the entire plans whatever we have planned in the initial stage. So according to that, we need to provide all the resources whatever it is required for the construction process. And then the production planning. So this production planning stage that involves, so how much quantity of the materials we require for the production, and when exactly we need to prepare those elements, because in the construction process we are going to follow a certain hierarchy. For example, first it will start with the foundation, and then it will comes with a column, right? And then after that beam, slabs, so like that it will get continue. So while constructing part, so which materials are required mainly in the construction process, with respect to a time, with respect to a demand, right? So those elements we are going to prepare first, so that one we are going to decide in the production planning process. And how many numbers of the elements are required, for example, which is a 10-story building. So for that 10-story building we need to calculate how much number of columns are required, how much number of walls are required with respect to dimensions, right? So those each and every concepts whatever it is involved in those construction process, that one we are going to note down, and according to that number we are going to manufacture those. Because in the later on stages, if a single number have been missed, again that work will be incomplete, so that again the duration of that work it may get excluded, right? So to avoid those all, in the production planning we need to take care a lot about the resources required, which type of the resources are required, and how many days are required to complete those different elements. So each and everything we are going to plan in this production of the precast elements. And then the fourth parameter, that is the stacking area for precast elements. So after manufacturing this particular precast elements, we are going to store that one at the required location. I mean, it should be at the safest side, because at the end, after the manufacturing process, directly we are not going to locate that one, or else insert that one at the required location. I mean, before that, we are going to place that one at the safe area, such that whenever in the construction site which is required, so that time we can shift that one from the stacking yard to the required location. Because the as in the part of the advantage, in the construction site, when we don't have the proper storage area, then only we will prefer this precast elements, right? I mean, the prefabricated concept. So to achieve that, we need to store that one at the manufacturing site, such that whenever it is required in the construction site, we can store that one. I mean, we can transport that one from the manufacturing site to the required location, right? So till that, we need to store that one at the proper safe place. And here, the transportation of precast element, that is the fifth point. So in this, the transportation of the precast elements from the manufacturing site to the required location. So that one, by using the different transportation vehicle, depends upon the capacity of the materials, I mean the different weights of the materials, we will decide the vehicle. So even the dimensions also it matters. That is, if the length of the material is more, I mean that structural element is more, that time we need to prefer that much capacity of the vehicle, right? So as per the design concepts, we will prefer the transportation vehicles to transfer the precast elements from the manufacturing site to the required location. And then the erection of precast element. So after reaching that one to the required location, we need to erect those required elements to the proper places, and we need to install those, right? So again, we will prefer certain erecting equipment such as the cranes and all, so that by using those erection equipments, we can store that one at the required location. So these all parameters will come in the production setup, because depends upon the availability of the resources, such as the transporting vehicles or else the erection equipments, we are going to manufacture these elements. Because if you want to hire as per the elements parameters, for example, we are having capacity of crane up to 40-meter length of the elements. Such in some cases, if you have prepared 50-meter length of the structural element, then again you need to replace those equipments as well as the transporting vehicle. So again, it is going to increase the cost of the construction, because you need to hire the different equipments as well as the transportation vehicle. So again, that leads in the increase in the construction budget, right? So depends upon the availability resources, we are going to decide the production part, right? And here, the production of precast elements, I mean, this is purely belongs to the manufacturing process of the precast elements. So which will be having certain sequence of activities that involves in the production of precast elements, right? So in that first one, mold cleaning and preparation, shuttering and assembling the mold components, fixing of rebars or cast in fittings, and pre-concrete check, concreting, curing, demolding, final inspection, and then stacking, right? So these 9 stages or 9 activities which will comes under in production of precast elements. So in that, the first one is the mold cleaning and preparation, right? So in the production setup, you can construct or you can manufacture different types of the structural elements. You take one example now. For example, the construction of column now, right? So construction of column, if you are constructing or manufacturing a particular precast column, first you need to decide, you need to check the design part, right? So how much length of the column is there, how much width, right? So that length, breadth, width, you will consider those all dimensions, and then you are going to prepare that much dimensions of the molds, right? And within that particular molds, first you will clean those molds, right? So because if any unwanted materials are there, so it may affect in the finishing part of the those structural elements. And then the preparation in the sense, so to place the furthermost material such as concrete and all, we need to store that one at the required location. So we will clean those entire molds before placing the concrete. And then, so those molds we will fix that one, we will assemble those different mold components, so by using nut and bolt connections, or else in some cases we can use the connecting member from one mold to the other mold, right? So we'll see that one in a particular video, how exactly they are going to prepare those molds, right? So that comes under in shuttering part. And then fixing of rebars, if in case anything, that particular structural element which is in a requirement of the reinforcements, right? So we will place that one as per the design concepts. Might be it is required 8 mm diameter bar, that is 200 mm center to center. So those all details have been given in the design concept. So based upon that, we will place the those rebars. And even if something, the cast in fittings are required, for example, in particular wall portions you require certain hooks for the other purpose, so those all things have been provided in the production setup itself. So we are going to provide certain openings of that, right? So in the previous classes we have studied, so while we are manufacturing of these walls and all, we are going to leave certain space as the blank, so that one can be used as the doors as well as the windows, right? So those all openings have been provided before in the molding part itself. And then the pre-concrete check. So basically here the concrete, the type of the concrete used in the prefabrication system is, that is self compacting concrete. So this, why we are going to use this self compacting concrete means, because we need to complete the work in an earlier time, and here the reinforcements whatever we are going to have in the particular structural elements are much thicker. So self compacting concrete is better to finish up that entire work. It is difficult to go for the compaction process in the thicker part of the reinforcements. And so we will check whether that concrete will be having sufficient strength, workability, and it should satisfy all the properties of the fresh concrete, right? So if everything is okay with the fresh concrete, and then we'll go for the concreting part. So here concreting part, it can be done either by pumpable concrete or else bucket like systems, right? So that concreting part we can be complete by using any mode of placing the concrete. And then after placing the concrete, we'll go for the curing process. So in curing process, it can be go with different curing systems. In most of the cases, in the especially in the prefabrication system, they will use steam curing for to complete the curing process. And after curing, the demolding can be done, because in the earlier part, in the conventional part, what we are going to do, first we'll demold and then we'll go for the curing process by keeping that one in the water tank and all, right? But here, before in the demold process only, we are going to keep that one for the curing, that is by steam curing and all, so that it is going to set by using that steam curing. And after the curing part, we'll prefer the demolding process. Okay, so in the demolding process, we will remove those all formworks, or else whatever the shuttering part has been attached in the second part of this planning stage, and then we can reuse those different molds in the upcoming part. And then the next stage, that is final inspection. So in this final inspection, what exactly the inspection committee members will do? So they are going to check the dimensions of those members by comparing with the drawings and designs, right? And then if anything less or more with the dimensions, they are going to prefer, and if anything which is possible, they can go with the cutting of that members, and then they can be used that, because these all things, I mean, these all inspections have been done in the production setup itself. Because once if you have supplied that one to the required location by using the different transportation system, and then you have erected that to the required location, and there if you have faced any difficulties with respect to the dimensions, then again whatever the planning you have included, that entire things, it will becomes waste, right? So to avoid those all things, soon after the manufacturing process, we need to check with respect to those dimensions, right? And even in the final inspection setup, we need to check the hooks provided for those elements, because it is most important part of this prefabricated elements, because in the every concept we need to lift that one from one place to the other place. So those lifting part can be done by using these hooks. So we need to check the exact location of the hooks in the precast elements. So this placing of these hooks, that is purely dependent upon the weight of the member as well as the length of the member. Okay, and then after this final inspection, we need to store that one at the required location, that is in the storage yard, right? So that is the stacking process. So in the stacking process, we will take care a lot about the storing of the materials, because this required most safety aspects, such as the ground should be leveled, and then we need to place the different structural elements with the different locations. We will watch that one in the video so that the things will get clear, right? So that is a next part of this production part, right? So we are going to store that one at the required location such that it should be safe. So these all are the production of precast elements parameters, right? So in this video you can see how exactly in the manufacturing site they are going to produce these different elements. So this is the transportation vehicles. So here you can see the storage yard of those elements, right? So these are the vertical elements, that how exactly they have stored this. So these are the molds which are required for to manufacture the vertical elements, right? So you can see the different walls here, right? 1 minute. See here, you can see the different walls here, how exactly they have stored, and in some cases other elements also you can see, right? So this is the precast manufacturing factory. So here you can see the materials storage, that is the raw materials which it requires in the manufacturing process, that is cement and fly ash. So here you can see the weighing batcher. So here it can be consider the quantity of the materials based upon the proportions. So this is collecting bin. So in the weighing batcher, so how much quantity of the materials are required, right? So here you can see the mixing mode as well as the batching mode, that is depends upon the requirement. And then so those materials are going to be added in the collecting bin so that it can be mixed properly during that process. So from that collection bin, so everything which is monitored by the digitalization process. So if we have given the number, automatically, I mean with automated process, it is going to take the total quantity of the materials, how much it is required. So that is depends upon the proportions, that how much we are going to consider depends upon the different design concepts. So this is bar bending shed, so that in the manufacturing of the different structural elements. If anywhere we require this reinforcements part, so that time, so certain shed they have provided so that each and every reinforcements work it can be done in this part. And after the bar bending schedule you can see the laborers rooms and then the engineers room. And then so these all setup have been it should be there in the production setup. And then the testing lab, that is whatever we have studied with the testing part of the material. So initially we are going to check with the materials with respect to standard quality, and then after that the major part of the construction, that is concrete, right? So we are going to perform certain test on those materials. So we'll come to know the quality of those materials by using this testing lab. And then so this is how exactly they are going to manufacture those precast elements. So this is one example that shows the construction of precast wall. So initially they have placed a mold and then they have placed the reinforcements. You can see one more time, right? So after this initially they have placed the mold and then the reinforcements. After the reinforcements, the formwork at the side wall, so that is dependent upon the thickness, right? And then the next mold which is going to attach. So fixing up these molds by using the different connection systems, and then like that we can prepare the required number of walls. And then whatever we have prepared the concrete, that we can be stored in the bucket like system, and by using that bucket like system we can place that one in those molds. Since it is a self compacting concrete, it can be easily compactable without any external compacting process. So like that, by using this different pumpable concrete we can store that one, we can place that one wherever it is required. So after certain placing of the concrete, we'll go for the steam curing, and then after the steam curing we'll place that one at the storing yard. So this is how exactly we are going to follow the production system in the manufacturing site or factory. So here you can see the hooks, how exactly they have provided for every element. So that is purely dependent upon this length of the material as well as this weight of the material. And afterwards we can we can transfer that one by using the transporting vehicles to the required location. So this video belongs to this EQUAD precast systems, and we have in this they have shown how exactly the manufacturing process have been provided.